What's up, fight fans? Welcome to Mr. Mustache MMA News. Today we are going to discuss UFC 276's co-main event for the featherweight strap. We got the trilogy, Alexander Volkanovski, Max Holloway 3. Super exciting, but before we get into it, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe to continue getting more MMA content by yours truly. All right, let's get started here. You got Alexander Volkanovski, right? He won the first two matchups. The second one, I even think he lost that fight, but the judges gave it to him, so he's still the champ, and he's looked better than ever in his two matchups since his last two fights with Max Holloway, destroying Brian Ortega for the most part, besides those two little times where he got caught and those devastating chokes. He was able to get out, he was able to get away, and he dominated Brian Ortega in every other fashion of that fight. And then he just completely dominated the Korean Zombie, he was like in no danger for that entire fight. So the way that Alexander Volkanovski has looked since his fights with Max Holloway has been sensational. And then you got Max Holloway, who has also looked absolutely sensational, has also put on the best performances of his career, taking out Calvin Kattar, taking out Yair Rodriguez, just beating the shit out of these guys. A lot of people are still going with Volk in this, saying that they think that he has more fire in him. He's got the drive. He's been more active. Khabib said that himself. And that may be true, but it seems like when people say these things about Max Holloway, where like he lacks the fire, he usually seems to go out there and outperforms more. I don't really think that he lacks any fire. I just think that maybe like we might see like the same type of fight that he had with Dustin Poirier Part 2, where like it's so even, but the power might be the difference maker when it comes with Volkanovski and Max. Where Volk might have that power edge, he might have that strength edge, and he might be able to bully Max Holloway onto his way to a decision. I don't think he's going to be able to finish Max by any means, but if he is going to beat Max, I think it's going to be a very hard-fought decision, and I think the strength is going to play a huge factor for Volkanovski. And Max, his keys to victory, he's got to do what he does. He's got to keep the distance, keep his length, use his jab, use his footwork, utilize his leg kicks. Don't let Volkanovski utilize his leg kicks against him, and just play a really good, smart defensive game. Don't get overzealous, don't overreach, and just make Volk basically pay for moving forward, because that's what's going to happen. Volk is going to do his best to move forward, to close the distance so that Max doesn't fight his fight. And what Volk is going to want to do is get in there and use his power and smother Max Holloway and get him against the fence, get his back against the fence, and just make it a really dirty, nasty fight where Max wants to keep the distance, utilize his boxing, utilize his reach, utilize his length to his advantage. And that's his key to victory here. And I really think that Max is going to pull this off. Gun to my head, I think Max is going to win this fight. Who knows, though? Volk just has looked very sensational. He's looked basically unstoppable since then. His only loss was at welterweight to a guy like 3 times his fucking size. So, in reality, this dude is just, he almost looks like he has no weaknesses. He is like that full, well-rounded Muay Thai style, wrestling. He's got the good counter jiu-jitsu. He's got it at all facets of the game, and he's not scared. He's like that dude where it's just like, once that switch is flipped for him, there's no stopping, there's no going back. He just sees red. He's the bull that sees red. And that's where Max is going to have to play the matador in this fight. That's what Max pretty much has to do, the bull versus the matador. And I'm really excited to see what's going to happen. I really hope that this is the last time we see these guys fight. The featherweight division does need to move on. And if Max wins this fight, I really hope there's no malarkey and no bullshit that goes along with it, because there's a lot of guys in line where we can really keep this shit going and keep the train moving along. I really don't want to see a quadrilogy. I really don't fucking care to see that. There's really no need to see that just because the judges fucked up the second fight. Volkanovski, no disrespect to you, man. I can't wait to see you go out there and perform. Max, I am rooting for you, buddy. I've been a fan of you, blessed, for a long fucking time, and I can't wait to see you go out there and get that belt back. I'm totally biased on this. I'm being a homer. That's why I'm going for Max. I'm just a big fucking fan of the guy. It is impossible to bet against him, just like the Diaz brothers. I don't care if they're fighting fucking King Kong. I am betting for them every single time. So Max Holloway, I got him by decision. I think he's going to get his belt back, and then I think he's going to leave the featherweight division in the rearview mirror. I don't think he's going to defend anymore. What else does he have to do there? He's beat all the contenders. He's defended his belt before against all the top guys. So I'm really excited to see this matchup, guys. Please tell me what you guys think in the comment section. Don't forget to like and subscribe to continue getting more MMA content by yours truly. Let's fucking go, fight fans. Let's fucking go.